Oh, didn't see you there.
Hello. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome back to Overwatch. It's been so long since we've had an Overwatch stream.
It's been a little.
It has been it's been such a long time. I feel like we haven't had one in ages, probably because we haven't.
Yeah.
I'm hyped. I'm excited for Overwatch.
And I am hyped as well, but more importantly, I am Turner, also known as Spooky Hand, and today I am with
Wyatt, aka Lee. Baby, I've been forgetting the caster intros recently.
Hey, I mean, when you're casting for 7 hours on
Yeah,
CRL, that kind of happens. You go through that, but welcome back, everybody. So we do have some Overwatch action for you coming at you live tonight, both on YouTube and Twitch. That's a fancy thing we've started this semester. Love you, Carlos, for setting that up. But yeah, so we've got tonight's matches, and we've got a little bit of a graphic for you right over there on that screen, as well as on your phone, laptop, TV, whatever you're doing to watch us on this wonderful night. As you can see, we've got Ball State v. Akron, our Rocket League rivals, but we're playing them in Overwatch tonight. Ohio versus U Toledo. I believe that's Miami versus I'm still horrible with I think that's...
The dog is NEU.
Yeah, I know the dog is NEU, yeah.
And Bowling Green.
Bowling Green. What is the C?
Akron is also our Valorant rival.
Oh, also our okay. What is the C? Is it? It's Central Michigan. Okay, Central Michigan, and then we've got Kent.
Michigan?
Yeah, I assume Eastern versus Kent State. U Toledo's got a bye, and then
That's U Toledo.
huh?
We already have U Toledo.
Oh wait, that's sorry. Sorry, that's U Toledo. I thought you just my bad. Okay, that's Buffalo. I don't know how I got that wrong. It's the animal. Buffalo has a bye, and then that is WMU, and there's another NIU. Okay, there's a lot of letters and a lot of animals, and this is confusing as always, but we'll get the hang of it one day. But yeah, those are the matchups tonight. Buffalo with the bye. Overwatch, obviously, is Ball State v. Akron, what you are seeing tonight. But as we go ahead and flip over to the roster, I'll let you go ahead and do that.
Yes, the BSU roster, the cherished Ball State Rocket League roster. We have Ghost, Droid, Otta, Ravenstrider, Yakester, Spencer, Bordy, and Alphabet. Such a good roster. We've seen such good stuff out of them this year. Currently still undefeated in ESC. Yeah.
Yeah. We have obviously our roster, but as always, we go ahead and make a graphic for our opposing roster as well. So Akron, we do have something we can throw up on the screen as well. So we are starting off with Walswood. That's going to be horrible to say during the game. Sweaty, Sebi Webby, Maxers 31, Karma's back, and Flashbang. That's actually that's interesting. Okay, I like that name.
I like that.
I like Flashbang.
I like Flashbang.
But yeah, so we've got the rosters, we've got the tonight's matches over with, and next up on the chopping block, this entire piece of paper. It's kind of bad in the light. Do you see this? All of this happened in a week. This happened in a week. What is going on? I'm just gonna read this off. Val Black lost 0-2 against FIU, and then won 2-1 against Fisher. Val Red won 2-0 against Kaiser. Rocket League Red won 4-0 against Bruton. Rocket League Red then won 4-0 again against Purdue. Rocket League Black won 4-2 against Shawnee State. Rocket League Black lost 1-4 against Fisher. Overwatch 2 Red won 3-0 against the UC Patriots, and then Overwatch 2 Red won again 3-0 against RPI. And that's only the ECAC. This is outrageous because we still have ESC and sim racing. So over in the ESC, we have League of Legends Varsity winning 2-0 against NEU, and then over in sim racing, Alif has his 4th win in the CIA Formula College Montreal Grand Prix. We're not even done with this list yet, but I'll let you finish it off.
So this weekend, if you were tuning in, we had 2 very long streams on Saturday and Sunday, which was CRL, Collegiate Rocket League. Those streams are a lot of fun, but they are very stressful because they are very official. But we have an amazing highlight video to show you guys of CRL. It was such a great weekend. So many good goals, so many good shots. It was me and Lucas casting that. My voice was dead by the end of it. But yes, look at all these amazing things. Wova with some nice goals. Obviously, you know the roster, Oath Wova. They've been together for 4 semesters now. For me, the highlight of that day was when we beat, yes, Northwood. This was the highlight of the day for me. Northwood was the #1 ranked team at the time of us beating them. It was such an amazing match. We have a YouTube video of the highlights that you guys should check out on Ball State Esports on YouTube. This match was incredible. As you can see, so close, so much close matches right here. This was posted on the Instagram, this Instagram reel of that goal at the very end that solidified the deal, which also included them leaving. St. Clair Green just was the people that we could not beat. We got 1 series on them, but they are such a good, consistent team. Sadly, that is what caused us to place 2nd overall, not 1st, but that is BSU Esports history. 2nd is our highest ever placement in a CRL tourney. We have qualified for nationals with the 5th seed. And yeah, it was a great weekend.
Yeah, we actually qualified for the spring championship, which is huge for Ball State. Not only do we have a chance to go to that spring championship, we have a chance to win it too.
Yes.
Because Ball State has been showing their prowess in Rocket League lately, and they're only getting better. I mean, it's astounding to see the progress that they have made. They started off still an incredible team together, but they have taken it to new heights. We have an entire trophy box of just Rocket League stuff over there. We have other stuff as well from our Valorant League and Overwatch, sim racing and everything. But there's so much Rocket League stuff in that box. It's just been astounding seeing them all progress, get better in their league, get better overall as a team, working more and more together. It's now been, like you said, 4 whole semesters together. They have been taking Rocket League to new heights for Ball State, and it's been a pleasure to see them do it and be able to cast those games. And I am so excited for next semester when we get that casting up and over again. And I am just excited just to see them strive even more. And hopefully we have another trophy to add to that list over in the spring. But for now, we'll go ahead and switch back over to the Overwatch setting here. So we have the past week, but we also have some upcoming streams. I believe we also have a graphic for that. We got a lot of graphics for you tonight, something to keep your eyes peeled. No graphic, actually. Sorry, my list is wrong. Unbelievable. This is terrible. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so we've got a few upcoming streams for you. I believe tomorrow is CS2. It'll be me and Wyatt once again at the desk. We're doing some Counter-Strike action for you. It'll be great to see. Our team has been doing pretty well. They only started this semester.
Yeah.
We got that started, or they got that started. They've really been working together as a team more. They're not perfect. I believe they are 3 and 5.
3 and 4? They have 3 wins. I know they have 3 wins.
But they've been doing pretty well. I know for a fact they're going up against somebody who's 2 and 5.
Yes.
I know that. So it's going to be a good game tomorrow. Please be there. We love to show support for the upcoming games that we stream here over at Ball State. Love to see some CS action, and I'm going to be very happy to see that because I've been playing CS lately a lot.
Me too. I've been playing it a lot.
But yeah, let's see. We've got CS. Over the weekend, we're done with League. Do we have, what else do we have? So we have...
There is Overwatch on Thursday, yeah.
Yeah, Overwatch, yeah. We have a lot of double headers up until the season ends. I think it's double headers every week until the season ends. And then on the weekend, do we have anything on the weekend planned? We might do Rivals.
Yeah, there was a mention of a rival stream on the weekend.
Yeah.
This Thursday is against Toledo. Yes, and then next week, I think we're doing like 3 Overwatch streams or something. There is a ton because it's Overwatch.
Yeah. If we do go
Monday,
ahead,
Tuesday, Thursday.
If we do go ahead and do Rivals, I will not be at the desk because I believe we will be streaming me. Actually, I'm on the team for Rivals. We try to stream the red roster, but kind of like our ECAC and ESC, we need permission to stream it, and I don't think we're going to be able to get that in time before this weekend rolls around. But the black roster is through ECAC, so we should be able to stream that. I will be talking with the coach of the Rivals teams, and I will be discussing with him if he wants it to be streamed, how we want to go ahead and get that going. But yeah, if we do go ahead and do Rivals on the weekend, please be here for that, because Rivals, again, another one of those upcoming games, and Rivals is specifically an upcoming game in its own right, because it only came out, I believe, not that long ago. I think it was in the fall, like late fall, or maybe in the winter, but it's a very big game. It's growing. Everybody loves it. And some of the Overwatch players obviously like Overwatch. So
certain unnamed fellow caster has very harsh feelings about Marvel Rivals. You may be able to see him right there. He is not a fan. But yeah, if we do, I mean, you'll definitely see me on the desk for that, because I enjoy Rivals and I play it. I don't know who else we would get to cast it. I'm sure one of the casters would gladly do it, but it will definitely not be that guy right there. It will definitely not be him.
And it won't be him. It won't be me.
It won't be him. So maybe Colin.
Maybe. Colin has been a little sick lately. I'll discuss with Colin, see if we can get him on the desk. I don't know who else knows Rivals at the cat. It's such a new game. Not many people know it. We might be able to get one of the red roster to cast it. I know we have some of the red roster. They're up in that like Celestial GM range, so they know the game very well. So I'll talk about it in the Discord after the casting today, see if we can get anything started. But if we do get Rivals over the weekend, please show up for that. It's an incredible game to watch. It doesn't take too long. It's just a very fun game to play around. I will probably be playing Jeff or Rocket. Love me some Jeff. Jeff is my baby boy. He's so cute.
I also am very much of a Jeff fan. You just don't get to play him because teammates hate him.
People don't like Jeff.
People don't like him because he's not the best, but he's fun.
If you play Jeff, there's two ways you can play Jeff. You either play Jeff for 5 minutes and hate him, or you play Jeff and love him and you have 25 hours. I have 27 hours on Jeff. I don't know why. I just like Jeff. I took Jeff from bronze to diamond in the first season. Do I regret doing that? No, not at all. Jeff is the baby boy of Rivals. We love him. I love Jeff.
I enjoy playing Jeff. I mean, I started out with Rocket, and then his gameplay kind of got boring, so I switched to Jeff.
And now, did you know Jeff can do a little spin?
Yes.
Jeff, he can do a little tornado spin. It looks like a washing machine.
He's just a little guy.
He is just a little guy.
He's just a little guy.
When he steps, there's like little blue footprints, and he swims in the water, and he can eat you. But we ignore that because he's a very cute baby boy, and he jumps off the map.
He's just a little guy.
He is just a little guy. What else do we have? We have a Wordle.
We do have a Wordle.
We have a Wordle. I saw we were doing that last stream. I was confused when we saw that. I was like, are we just playing Wordle now? We're actually streaming Wordle. So screw Overwatch. We're going to stream some Wordle for you tonight. New York Times. We've got it. Let's see what we got going on. I'm guessing the word is going to be, hamburger. Oh, damn it. Not hamburger. Unfortunate. But yeah, all right, we gotta, what do we want to start with?
Well, last time when I was playing with Lucas, I started with stare, and we got the first 3 right. But I know that's a good one to start with because it gets like A and E and some constants out of the way. Like, that. I guess we could, not that one, the first one. RE, yeah. We could start with that.
Well, we do have 6 tries, so.
Yeah. See if we get anything. Okay, so there's a T, an R, and an E.
Okay.
It is
wow. Let's see. So we've got let's try and
so they're all not.
Do we want to try TREAK? Trek. I don't think that's how you spell Trek, actually. I don't think EAK, is that how you spell Trek?
I have no idea.
Or is Trek, no, Trek is just TREK, I think, is how you spell Trek. Hang on. We could do treat.
I was thinking treat just to see if we can get any of the positions on the, we know there's not an A, but just to see if we can get any of the positions of the letters locked in. So I think treat is a good one, because it also would, try to see if we can confirm, because this will also help us determine where T is. So I say we send treat. Okay, that's huge. Okay,
so
no, it's T. R is not, there's no R here, and there is no R here. There's no E here, and there's no E here. So it has to be, R has to be either the third or last letter, and E has to be either the second or third or fourth.
Could it? No, because it can't be. Because it can't be there, and it can't be there. Okay. So let's see. It could. Let's see. I gotta like
words that are T E. It's like, do those even exist?
It could be. T. Maybe it could be T. Can't be that. T. It could be. Could it be? It can't be an R there. Maybe if I do this, and then it can't be an E there. It can't be. It could be. Blank. Maybe it's R E blank. Is there a word that looks like that? Maybe it's T-Rex.
Yeah.
T dash R E X. Let's try that. Can we put a dash in there?
My first thought was tears, but there's still no A. I don't want to try. I don't want to like. I don't want to. Okay, so we're getting in the game. Okay, try tears, even though we know it's not that. T-E-A-R-S.
No!
No, we've lost it.
Oh, wait, no,
okay,
it's
back.
Okay, so it has to.
Okay, so R.
It has to be E in the fourth. It has to be E fourth. So T blank blank E.
So it has to be T and R isn't in there. So R's got to be like third. Yeah, R has to be third.
T blank.
So T blank
R E
blank. T blank R E blank. What on earth? Okay, so maybe O, like T-O-R-E. D. Tord. Is that a word?
I don't. Tours.
Like what? Or like a U? It's got to be a vowel, right? It's got to be a vowel there. Oh.
Oh wait, is it?
Okay.
Is it tires?
Oh, that's a good one. Try that. Okay.
T-I. Ooh, there goes my pen.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Okay, so it's T-I. So it's blank E-R.
T-I blank
E-R.
Yeah.
T-I blank E-R. What goes there?
I literally have no idea.
Oh, it's timer.
Oh, okay, yeah, try that. It's gotta be.
Yay!
Yes! We did it.
Well done.
All right.
Anyways,
well, that was exhilarating.
that was absolutely.
Who needs Overwatch?
A blast. Who needs Overwatch? Yes. Can we do Wordle? Can we do the past 400 and something days of how many? It's been like years since Wordle came out.
New idea. Wordle team. Okay.
We do a Wordle stream.
Do a Wordle club team.
Yeah.
ECAC, get on it. We need a Wordle league. I don't know how that would work.
I have no idea.
Is it like a time thing? Like who can get it faster? I don't know how that would work.
I assume it would be who can get it in less tries.
Maybe.
Because I mean, if you could just guess the word, I mean.
But that's just luck. There's no way you could just like getting it. I feel like it would have to be like time combined with like if people got the identical time, but you got it in 3 tries and they got it in 5.
Mm-hmm.
It would have to be something like that.
Yeah.
Like I have no idea how tournaments work. When are we gonna get ECAC Tetris 99?
Ooh, that could be fun. Can we do a speed run of the original Luigi's Mansion?
Yeah.
Not the actual game, the demo version. The one where you have 20 minutes to beat it, or it kicks you back to the main menu.
We're feeding you genius. Okay.
Yeah. This is ideas that the world has not seen yet, not even ready for.
No one is ready for these amazing ideas. Original Mario Bros. Stream. With speedrun, I can do the first level really fast.
I also can do the first level really fast.
I've beat the game in like 10 minutes before, but like that was like maximum luck. Like it was like I had locked in and I just played it. Right, like when people beat that game in like a minute 30.
Okay. But while we quickly wait before we go into game, the map first off is Samoa, so we're starting off with some control. So this could be a little bit faster than normal just because we're starting off on a control map. That could be over in a matter of, I don't know, 7 minutes.
Yeah,
control is very fast. If we go to control and then to Flashpoint, we could be out of here in like half an hour.
Yeah.
But we will have to wait for that to start. While we wait, I don't know. What do we usually do? Talk about food?
We usually talk about food.
Yeah. What did you eat before you came here, or did you eat anything at all?
I had a pulled chicken sandwich or whatever, like the chicken at barbecue with some mac and cheese and a little thing of corn on the cob.
Okay, I was working over there, and I ordered Chipotle, but with Uber Eats, they're doing like a deal now, or they were doing like I don't know, a daily deal or something. If you spend $20, you can just get a free meal of Chipotle. So I spent $20. I got 2 things of Chipotle, but I obviously can't eat both. So I gave one to Wova, and then Wova gave it to BK, and then BK ate it. So I gave out some free Chipotle today.
There you go, BK.
Yeah, BK loves his Chipotle. I mean, I hope it was good. He ate it, so I assume it was.
I haven't had Chipotle in so long.
It was the new chicken they have.
Oh.
It was like the spicy chicken or something. But I get like their, usually I get, actually, yeah, here, we can talk about this. What's your Chipotle order?
Okay, so I haven't gone there a lot, and I haven't like gotten a solidified order. There is a funny story of my friends constantly make fun of me for always ordering arroz con pollo at like every Mexican restaurant, and the first time I ever went to Chipotle, I basically accidentally ordered arroz con pollo.
Oh, okay.
I was like, yeah, I guess I'll get rice.
I'll just get rice.
Some chicken, yeah. Do some melted cheese. I'm like, yeah, sure, that'll be all. I'm not that hungry. And then I look and I'm like, oh my god, guys, I just ordered arroz con pollo. I sat down and I was just like, guys, I just ordered arroz con pollo.
Yeah. See, my key meal, I get a burrito, double wrapped. So two burrito shells, 2 of the big tortilla shells, and then I start off with half white, half brown, and then I get light black beans and steak.
Sounds
and then
fire.
I get their queso, and then I go over to the veggies, and I get double portion of all of this. So I get their pico de gallo, and then I get their cheese, sour cream, lettuce, and corn. And then if I'm feeling fancy, I will get some guac. I usually don't like the guac though, because the way the burrito is wrapped kind of depends on the person.
Yeah, sometimes
if you properly know how to wrap a double wrap burrito, then it's fine. But anyways, we're getting into games, so enough about that. So from Ball State, seems like we got Bordy, Spencer, Droid, Ghost, and Yakester on the team today. And then from Akron, we've got Sweaty, Flashbang, Maxer, Sebi, Webby, and Karma. And we're going to go ahead and see what the comps look like. So from Ball State, seeing the usual here from Bordy. We got Bordy on Genji, Spencer on Juno. We got Droid on Zarya today, followed up by Ghost on Sojourn, and Yakester on that Lucio I so love. From Akron, we've got that Lucio Juno mirror, followed by the Pharah Sojourn on DPS, and then we've got Amalga on tank. So a little bit interesting here. Ball State seems to be going for that quick teleport out of the spawn door play, and I assume Bordy's going to go ahead and switch back. Both sides are doing that. Yep, we see Flashbang go back to Pharah, and then Bordy go back to Genji, but here we go.
Ah, yes, Malga, the bane of my existence. But yeah, we just see Bordy hanging back, doing some damage, Droid doing the same. No one really taking advantage of the point just yet. Sending in those bulbs with the right click. Spencer going to use the boost ring, and now Ball State is going to push in. Droid's just going to be on the attack right now, pushing back the Zips team all the way away. They're running away, trying to maybe get a reposition here. Now Ghost going in a bit of a Sojourn duel, decides to back out of it, and Ball State is going to get this first comp here. And Spencer, just doing some healing, the Juno life.
Yeah, and more importantly, it has been a bit, but we do have perks on, finally. I don't know if we've done a stream with perks yet, but perks definitely bring a new way of play to this game. We see now Yakester and Bordy going for a little bit of a side angle flank here on a majority of the Akron team, and a very good deflect from Bordy sends that Pharah into the stratosphere. Sweaty does pick up a little bit of a refrag. Droid then gets a refrag onto the tank, and then Bordy is taken out by Sweaty. So a lot of trades coming in and out here from the Ball State and Akron sides.
Yeah, the Zips are just going to back out of this one. When their tank dies in these Mauga comps, you just have to run away. One thing that's interesting to me is that they're running Mercy. I don't think I have seen that all year in ESC. Looking at Droid now, just going to maybe try to get some space created here. Mauga goes in for the shift as Droid uses his ult, just going to kind of suck everyone in, doing all the damage he possibly can. Bordy taking a lot of damage here, going to try and fight back, use that deflect to stay alive. Spencer also low on HP, fighting the Genji, going to get some healing in on Droid to allow himself also to heal as Ball State now crosses 60%. Zips are going to need to find something here in order to retake this point and have a chance to stay alive here.
Yeah, the survivability of Ball State is incredible right now. I love what Juno can bring to the table with her basically just perfect side-to-side strafing momentum. When she's in the air, she can just kind of do that, and it's really hard for a character like Genji to land those shots because those projectiles are not hit scanned, so it takes a little bit of time to travel, and by the time you fire those first shots, she is going to be in a different area. But we see a lot of ults coming in and out here. We're seeing it from both sides, actually, as the majority of Akron and Ball State are losing their members relatively fast, but it's the healers that need to go down. As long as the tanks stay alive, there's not really much the healers can do to try and get away from it. The Mercy is going to go ahead and fall early on here. Just a Sojourn and the Juno left to arrive for the Akron side here. Seems like one is going to fall quickly early on. The Blade does come out to finish this up. And is this round going to go over? It will very shortly here, and there it is, going to finish this round off. Ball State, 99% done there, now 100, end this round off with no point contention at all from Akron.
Yeah, Zips didn't even manage to get a cap there. I was kind of surprised to see Mercy, unless there's been a big change that I don't know about. Mercy, not always the greatest pick. I mean, hate to throw in a little bit of color here. Technically not my job, but a little bit of a weird pick there. But, you know, it worked out for them and a little bit. The main problem with these Mauga comps for me is that you're so reliant on your tank, as you already are in Overwatch 2. But when that Mauga falls, it's over.
Yeah.
Like, it's just over.
I mean, that might be why they're running the Mercy. Having that res available is strong. The issue is the Mauga is almost always in the middle of the fight, so getting that Mercy res in is almost impossible without having Valkyrie at the ready. So it's a little bit tricky to try and get in and out with that Mercy there, but I'm assuming they're playing Pharmacy, which is the Pharah and Mercy combo, which is probably why they went ahead and did that, because it is pretty good overall, but the issue is Ball State's team right now is really agile, so getting those Pharah shots landed can be tricky.
Yeah, now Bordy going on the attack, being that tracer role, just being as annoying as possible. Similar to the Far Mercy, in my opinion. Just very hard to play against because it's very annoying. As we see Droid falling back here, doesn't want to overextend himself too much and die, because, you know, when Winston dies, it kind of makes the other team sort of struggle a little bit, taking a lot of damage. Yakster's going to push in, try to help him get some healing, using his movement abilities, maybe try to get a pick off, unable to do so this time. Ghost holding this high ground, trying to take out, do some damage to the tank of Akron, just holding this high ground, not really able to get a cap. Ball State is, yeah, Akron has been holding this. The tank of Akron is just going to push in now, doesn't really get any value out of it, and he does end up falling. All of them do fall, and Ball State gets the cap.
Yeah, going back to that Pharah talk, though, not sure if it's the best play from Akron, specifically because of the comp that Ball State has right now. That Sojourn Ana combo is not great for the Akron side. Because when you have somebody like a Mauga as your tank, that Sojourn can just get to 100% rail charge on the Mauga, and then just go ahead and decide to say, hey, I'm just going to use this rail charge, this hit scan, one-shot kill, basically, on the Pharah in the air, because most of the time, she's not going to be at full health, because she's away from the healers, and so that's kind of going to draw your health low, and if you don't have a Mercy to pocket you the whole time, you're kind of losing that aspect of that healing, and it's just a really easy target for both the Ana and the Sojourn to be able to take out of the game pretty fast here. And as we see another team fight fall, Ball State now progressing further and further in this point.
Yeah, I feel like Mauga, he needs more DPS support. That is why I think we're going to see them, switch to Soj and, you know, Genji, something to back up the Mauga a little bit more. The Fire just does not work, like you said, when they have a Mauga plus Ball State playing Soj as they so often run. We know how good Ghost is on Sojourn. He's just going to charge us all as he has it right now. Ball State almost having all their ults, sort of. It's only Spencer that hasn't really charged it up yet, as we do hear the rail come out from Ghost here. Doesn't seem to get any value out of it yet. Hasn't gotten a kill with it yet, but it does a good job of just clearing people out. We do see the Mauga fall for Akron, and that is going to basically be the ceiling factor. We see the Winston ult come out from Droid, just going to be used to create space here. Plus, Yakster still has beat, hasn't used that yet, so they have that as an advantage in the next team fight. We're going to see the Mauga ult come out very far back, kind of trapping Ball State farther back, but the problem with Mauga ult is it makes Mauga himself stuck and unable to do anything, and that is going to seal this one for Ball State.
Yeah, definitely not the greatest play there from the Mauga. Trying to buy time was probably the ultimate play there, but what ended up happening was Ball State just kind of turned around and just jumped into the bubble, because it doesn't force anybody from the outside to not be able to go in. It just forces you when you're inside to not be able to go out. And so if you do see a Mauga in that position and out of position, especially with only a Mercy as the healing, you can kind of just pump damage into him and he can't really live. And when you have somebody like a Winston who can put down his own shield to block the damage there, it's kind of going to slow this down even further, because the Mauga needs, one, a big target to keep alive while using his E, but also needs that target to be shootable, because if the Winston just goes ahead and decides to say, hey, I'm going to sit in my bubble while you're using your E, then he's not going to really be able to do too much in terms of staying alive, keeping that self-preservation alive, because with the Mercy as the only heal, she's not really a counter heal. She can't really use her beam to out heal the damage that's being pumped in, especially with that DPS not DPS nerf. Well, a little bit, the DPS nerf, but the DPS perk where you use whenever a DPS shoots somebody, I believe the healing in incoming is reduced by 15%, I believe. So it kind of even more so stops that healing flow as much as possible and kind of slows down the healing, especially when it comes down to Mauga's E as well, because if I am correct, it does the same thing, because he's getting healing back from shooting a target, but again, he's shooting into a target that's behind a shield, and he's getting pumped into damage from the Winston, because the Winston can shoot out of the shield, and a lot's going on in that one moment, and the Mauga is thinking, how do I stay alive the longest? And with only a Mercy as his pocket, there's not much that he can do.
Yeah, Mauga just needs so much pocket healing to stay alive, because he's just a big target, and that's the thing that I don't really like about Mauga ult. When he ults, yes, it traps everyone, but it traps everyone with him, and the only option they have is to shoot the Mauga. So if he is not getting constantly pocketed, and Mercy's healing output just in modern Overwatch 2 is not enough to just, even if they're just only focusing Mauga, Mercy pocket is just not enough. You would need Mercy, Juno, you would need another healer constantly pocketing, and with a lot of healers having projectile, they would need to be in the shield with Mauga, and it just automatically puts Mauga into the target. As you see a Leaf in the background, he's the guy who won the fourth time this week. A little shout out to the Sim Racing team. Also, you did just see those replays. Thank you, Prod. Those are very, very amazing replays. It makes the stream look a lot nicer. So yeah, Akron didn't really put up much of a fight in those two. The Mercy and Mauga, our choice. I wonder what we're going to see going into the next one.
Yeah, that Mercy pick, definitely a little something interesting to talk about. Like I was talking about, and before I go into that, we are going to go to King's Row as the next map. So we got a little bit of a, what is it called exactly? It's called...
Hybrid?
Hybrid, yeah, that's it. So yeah, we're going into a bit of a hybrid map here. But going back into that Mercy talk, when you're playing Mercy, if you have a Pharah and you're playing Pharmacy, most of the time your other healer has to do the job that the Mercy can't provide, because Mercy is very, very... She's kind of like Jeff, in the sense that while Jeff can heal multiple targets in a row, Mercy can't do that. But much like Jeff is kind of a solo healer. He's really good at healing one target, but he's not so great at targeting multiple people at the same time, unless they're in a perfect line. The difference is that Mercy can only do that, A, while in Valkyrie, and B, out of Valkyrie, she can only target one person. So unless you're running Mercy's perk that allows her to channel her res into 150 health, she's not really the best at keeping a lot of people alive in quick succession. That's kind of what Anna, I keep saying Anna, Juno, Kiriko is really good for, because she can just kind of, all of those targets can be, or all those healers can quickly target other people. They can put in dump some healing into one, turn to another, but Mercy, because her healing beam is so slow compared to everything else, she's really good at either keeping A, just the tank alive and letting the other healer do the extra work, or B, she can focus the squishies, but she kind of has to pause in between healing each one. So she goes from healing, say, the Pharah, to then changing targets, and that's what her Guardian Dash is for, is to switch between targets, either that or get in and out of fights. But out of position, a Mercy on her own can't really do too much. A, in a normal fight, and B, she's just not able to keep a big target alive when it's being focused. She's really good on getting everybody back to full health, but is really bad at keeping them all alive for an extended period of time in a battle.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. Just not the pick nowadays. Maybe back in the day when her ult would literally res everybody in Overwatch 1, it was justified because her ult was game-changing.
Yeah.
Her ult was game-changing. As we see, they pause. Looks like something going on, maybe technical issues. Just not the pick. Mercy is just like, if you're going to play a healer that can't... Like, I would like Kiri. Kiri is the very, very good pick. I mean, because... While she does lock, she can very quickly change.
Yeah.
With the flick of a mouse, she's changed. While with Mercy, like you said, you're stuck. It's slower, the transition.
Yeah.
So if you're going to run Mercy, it'd kind of be smart to have a Kiri or a Luce, just someone who can do a lot of healing of the group there, but it just wasn't working out for them. They do seem to be playing Kiri this time, and of course... Widow as well. I'm assuming they're going to go for that quick little spawn peek there. Gotta love that.
Yeah, but... because you're spending so much time on one target, you're leaving the rest of your team vulnerable. And that's kind of what Valkyrie is good for, because if your team is playing very close together, that beam will separate and spread off and go to everybody else and heal them all evenly. But the difference is, if your team isn't really built for that, then Valkyrie doesn't really do much but allow you to fly, really. What we were seeing from Akron that game, they had a Pharah, they had a Sojourn, they had their Mauga as their entry, and then the other healer, I believe, was a Juno.
Yeah, I think so.
And they're just not playing close enough together to allot a Mercy to be able to take that role. And I think that's kind of what we're seeing here as they go ahead and switch to Kiri as well as Lifeweaver. The Lifeweaver pick, a little interesting as well, because much like a Mercy, Lifeweaver is really only good at healing one target at a time. And while yes, Lifeweaver can heal much faster than Mercy can, you have to still focus one person. And just like Mercy, Lifeweaver can really only heal the team back to full. And as we see, they switch back to Mercy, in fact. So we're having an interesting time picking healers, I think, from Akron's side. And Ball State seems to be locked in with that Ana and that Kiriko, two very good healers in their own right. And I think that pick is kind of why Ball State's just sweeping right now, is they're just being able to output more heals, being able to survive more in these fights. And I think that's what we're going to see, as Akron probably isn't going to even get a chance to touch this point, let alone move the cart.
Yeah, Ball State's survivability is just going to be insane as we see Alphabet in instead of Yakester running that dual flex support comp. And this is what we're talking about. I mean, Spencer just able to get healing from so far away as we look at Droid getting some damage done here. Hard diving the Soj, taking him out. And now she's just going to go on the rampage on the team. I mean, force all these people back. They've lost their main DPS and they are nanoed. A great nano from Alphabet there, just allowing them to get so much space. And Akron's just going to have to fall back on this one. They're nanoed. They're down to DPS. They're going to have to hold these weird angles. Droid's going to push in, maybe need some healing there. Looks like Alphabet's going to get that job done. Just kind of a quick fight. Not a lot of people died, but just, yeah, not great.
Yeah, and they got antied, not nanoed.
That's what I meant, yeah.
I was going to say, man, they got nano already? Oh my goodness.
Antied. It's been a while since I've catched Overwatch.
But yeah, so we're seeing that Pharah kind of do her own thing. But again, Ball State has two great anti-air counters, both with the Ana and the Sojourn, and now a Kiriko as well. So the Pharah really needs the Mercy Pocket this entire time if he wants a chance of staying alive, because there's not much that Ball State, or that Akron can really do against that target. And as they go push into this close quarters, that Mercy is going to fall relatively fast.
Yeah, that's just, look at that. I mean, look how quick the team falls once the one Mercy is gone. Just, you're losing your Mercy, and then your other healers are left so everyone is just so vulnerable. Mercy is not the pick.
Yeah, no. I mean, obviously not going to swap now because Mercy has her ult. They might try to entry with Kitsune Rush. We might see that happen, but that Mauga is still nowhere close to his ult. The same with that Pharah or the Sojourn, and now we do see out comes the Kiriko Kitsune Rush, but a lot is happening as well as Nano Blade. Gonna see if we can get anything happen here, and yeah, there goes the Akron team once again, or the Mercy only left alive after that. Catastrophe.
Yeah, that was not what Akron needed at all. Total waste of the Kiri ult. That is unfortunate for them.
Both supports ult, actually.
Both support ults. But are they still running Mercy? I just don't understand. I like the idea. I mean, are we confirming the one trick? I just don't really know what we're seeing. Bordy just kind of taking the space, playing in the back, trying to get some poke damage, getting some nice headshots, just forcing trying to force a cooldown from one of the supports, maybe trying to force that Suzu from Sebi Webby there. And now Ghost has ult, and they don't have any support ults to counter that. See if we're going to see that come out. Droid's just going to rush the Mauga, force him back. Now he's just going to push up, take a lot of space here, force the Mauga into the corner. Very low on HP, going to be finished off by Ghost. And yeah, just Akron has nothing to do here.
Yeah, they need to think about swaps sooner rather than later, because right now, nothing that they're doing is working, because the Mauga is being countered by the D.Va, their Pharah is being countered by all 3 members of Ball State's team, except for the tank and the Genji. And their Mercy just not able to get anything done. So they're going to be completely reliant on these 3 ults to have a chance of getting into the point. But Ball State has 3 of their own as one gets popped. I'm expecting to see D.Va ult as well get popped here soon as if they decide to clump up together. And here comes the Mauga to try and shut this down. They do end up comboing very well there. It does take 2 out, but the D.Va bomb takes out the tank, and the rest of Ball State just going to go ahead and get the cleanup here and end this round.
That is definitely, that's another problem with the Mauga ult. It trapped him in there with the D.Va bomb. He couldn't do anything. Yeah. The time for switches was at the start of the match. That just was not great.
And now a Lucio swap, like, if you
do that at the start.
Okay, if you have Kitsune Rush and Beat, you have 2 great entry options into the site, but you can't do anything if you're so focused on Mercy. Mercy is not the play here. You've got to switch it up.
Mercy hasn't been the play since 2016 when Overwatch 1 was first released. It's just not the idea. It's not what we want to see.
Mercy has a time and a place, but it's not right now. It's just not. We're seeing a little bit of a recap here. The Mauga, I like that, like, the D.Va counter on the Mauga. Again, Mauga, if you don't know, requires to stay alive, really, use his E early on to be able to target these huge targets to keep himself alive. But D.Va Matrix can just eat his bullets. And while she is, yes, a big target, he can't do any damage, which means he has no incoming health. And the only other healer on his team is a Mercy and a Kiriko, who aren't great at just outputting enough healing to counter damage. And it's just not working in their favor. I like what we're seeing, the swaps here onto Lucio and maybe onto Torbjorn. But you've got to try something new. And I don't know if Akron has the capability to defend against a heavy dive that Ball State is obviously going for right now. So we're going to see if they're going to be able to hold. The Ball State, again, just needs a third of that point, and that's that.
Yeah, when the I just see it happening. Ball State is going to very much outdive this Brawl comp. It's just, there's not gonna, like, Mauga is just really not the play. Even as a D.Va counter, I personally would run like Zarya or something to counter that, as we just see Droid using the Doomfist movement as much as he can. Gets this nice high ground angle here. Now he's just in the back, going to be using that shooting ability to do some damage to the Mauga. Spencer going to use the TP, get some healing back up Droid there, and then, yep, there goes
the back line.
There goes Kiri, and now everyone on Zips is just gonna fall. Alphabet backing up very nicely there.
They left the point? They just left the point alone. What are you doing?
They only need to get 1 cap to win it all, and it's over. Akron, that was questionable. Why did you just leave the point open?
They decided to try and dive somebody sitting in the hotel room, and they just left the point, and the rest of their back... Make a decision. You've got to stop hesitating over all of your decisions, and you've got to stop hesitating when you think that a swap needs to happen. You can't just say, I'm close to my ult. Is it going to be a game changer? You're close to your Mercy ult. Nothing is close to a game changer with a Mercy ult. There's no reason to be playing that. Look how spread apart all of Akron is. There's nothing that Mauga can do. The Pharah is sitting way back, and there's just no room to improve with that comp. You've got to switch it up.
Like, sometimes holding your ult or always waiting for your ult isn't the right thing. When I first started Overwatch, I always thought never switch before an ult, but eventually you just have to. If it's just not working, I don't care if you're at 99% and almost have your ult. If you're not making any ground, your ult's not going to do anything anyway. It's especially if you're playing someone like Mercy. I get it if you're playing like a tank character, like you're playing D.Va and D.Va's not working and you're just so close to the D.Va ult, maybe wait for it. But when you're playing Mercy, that's just not worth it. Your ult's not going to be the game changer because it doesn't do enough healing anyway.
Well, Mercy's ult, it doesn't even increase the amount of healing she does. It just allows the healing beam to spread to multiple people. But if you're playing so differently in the fact of the matter where everybody's so spread apart, the ult literally doesn't change anything. It allows you to fly, but that's it. You're just another Pharah target for the rest of Ball State's team, with already have 3 counters to an aerial target. And now you're just a Mercy in the air? Somebody who has less health than Pharah? What are you thinking?
It's the time for Lucio was so long ago, because if you're going to play spread out, it can work, but you need someone like Lucio. You need someone like Kiri.
I don't even know Lucio, because Lucio also requires everybody to be playing
true.
close together.
They are playing very spread out, and I don't know if that was maybe just an example of Ball State doing really, really well at taking space, but like, yeah, you need to regroup. You need to find something, and there was just, I understand that counter swapping is not everyone's favorite thing. Obviously, counter swapping, it's kind of lame. But if you're just getting rolled, you need to find something. And you're not even, at that point, you're not even getting to the point where perks are an option, because you're just not doing enough to get perks. The time to switch was a long time ago, and it's showing in the score. I mean, the next one is Suravasa, Flashpoint. This is a very
quick-paced, stay together as a team thing. Don't play Pharah and Mercy maybe kind of map.
Like, this is a non-pharmacy.
I would... If I had to pick a comp, if you're still set on playing Mauga, you need a Kiri, you need a Lucio. If you're DPS, play something like a Reaper maybe. Stay with the Mauga. The Reaper as well has that self-preservation ability. Same thing with the Lucio and the Kiri. Kiri can just throw Suzu or teleport. Lucio has so much speed that he can just get away from most bullets and has so much mobility that he can just dodge everything. And then for your other DPS, play something that, you know, don't stay away from your team. If you're playing heavy brawl,
play brawl.
Play brawl. Yeah.
Play Reaper. Just
play Reaper. Maybe play a Genji if you can do it. Stay with the team, because then, bam, your Lucio gonna be able to keep everybody healed. Your Kiri has enough healing output to really keep the team alive. And then with the perk as well, when Kiri's dealing damage, she sends out more healing. It's just a great combo that you need to change. You need to try something new. And if I was gonna ask you to play a brawl comp, do Mauga, but do a Reaper and a Genji, play Kiri and Lucio, stay as a team, and get around Ball State. But once again, there's the Mercy. It's just, if I see that Symmetra switch to a Pharah, I am going to go berserk.
It's just not the play. It's not the play. And I think we can just kind of confirm the Mauga one-trick allegations, because I know that Brawl already isn't the best comp. It's not the best thing to run. And they're very committed to running a Brawl comp here.
Don't do it.
I am very excited to see Sigma.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, this is not the map. This is not the map. But I am very excited to see Sigma. He is one of my personal favorite tanks in the game. Also, Ashe throwing in that grenade, going to be able to get a lot of damage, and they're not playing a Kiri for the Suzu, and Sigma is just going to be able to use that shield, use that rock, take so much space as he's doing so right now, putting up the shield, throwing down the rock, taking a lot of damage though, but there's the healing. Juno just going to pocket the tank. Mauga's going to push up a little bit more here, but he's just going to use the suck to absorb all of that damage from Mauga as Spencer does fall, but they immediately take out the tank and they take out the Pharah, and now the whole team's just gonna fall, and it's only the Mercy left, and there it falls too. It's not the play, Akron. It's not the play.
Okay. You see, I can understand picking Pharah again in a moment of we don't know what comp they're going to run, but going in as Pharah, seeing an Ashe, and then coming back from spawn still as Pharah is not the play. You have an Ashe on the enemy team and a Pharah who's just going to fall to the obvious Ashe counter to your character and then just waste res before the fight even starts. It's not the play.
Yeah, because now the main thing that makes Mercy actually good to play is gone. Anyway, as we see that nice pick off on the Pharah from Ghost on Ashe. Again, Sigma going to be using the shield, using the suck to try to just stop this Mauga push. The shield is so good at taking space, especially against Mauga, because you can place it and move it so fast. Bordy just doing some nice poke damage onto that Pharah that has been recently rezzed. Alphabet doing a nice job with the healing. Spencer might need some here. I am surprised to see Zen. Don't see him much nowadays, but it's clearly working. That's a very powerful ability from the Juno there as it comes out, using the shield. Now he's just going to rush the Ana, get started, get slept.
She blew herself up.
Blew herself up, and there it is. There's the first point taken. We're going to keep going here because that is...
Yeah.
that was... what is happening?
I don't know.
It's devolved.
Why are you still playing Pharah? There's an Ashe. The second she pops Bob, if she just shoots you once, you're dead if you're not around a corner. There's no reason to stay as that character.
Yes, and now Juno already has ult, Ghost has ult, Bordy has ult, Spencer almost has ult. Ghost is gonna fall to the Soj. That's the nice pick. That's what they need. We hear the ult come out from Sweaty. Are we gonna see a kill from it? No, it's entirely wasted. No value. They do get antied, but it doesn't. Nothing is really happening from these cooldowns that are being used. Alphabet's gonna pocket Droid here, make sure he doesn't die after being darted, and just nothing really happened. They invested in ult, and nothing really came from it. Droid's gonna use the suck, get the shield, just kind of holding back.
They invested 2 ults.
They invested 2 ults. I didn't even notice, and nothing has come from it.
They responded to the Sigma ult with 2 ults that got them nowhere because Ball State, while they're fighting up front here, is just progressing the point faster and faster, and this Pharah, again, is just out of position, and she can't do anything because they have 2 anti-air characters on Ball State's team. You have a Zen, you have an Ashe. Stop playing Pharah.
This might be the most anti-air lineup I've seen, and they're still playing air. I don't really get it, but yeah.
Okay, having somebody like a Sojourn and a Pharah can work, but not when there's an Ashe on the enemy team. I have seen Pharah Sojourn work before. It works in certain situations. You're not in that situation right now. It's not gonna happen. And now that the Ashe is taken out, bam, Pharah, come in, use your ult now. Wait for the Sigma to pop it, bam, like that. You got taken out, but you took the Sigma at least. You waited for the anti-air to go down, and then bam, you're able to do this. But now, Ball State has this point basically on lockdown with only the Sojourn being able to contest it, and it's not gonna happen. Now they move on to point 3, and they still haven't swapped off Pharah.
Okay. Take the breather. It's just a questionable play from Akron. I don't understand really what the... we should really see the switch here because they're just playing so hard into the anti-air. Ashe is probably one of the best anti-air characters in the game, and we just need to see something different because now Ball State is going to very easily probably take this point because Akron's just not able to get anything done, as we see using the Sigma ult, see if he can get anyone taken out with it. Not really. Nice sleep dart there. Nice sleep dart, but Alphabet still takes out 1 as we are blinded to half the screen a little bit. Ooh, nice angle. I'm enjoying this. We do see the anti come out from Akron there. We're going to hear their own Sigma ult. Playing Sigma into Sigma, not a bad play. Sometimes that can work out. Just play a tank into another tank using the suck ability, but he just doesn't have the support. He's going to fall very shortly here, and Ball State is going to get first cap. Juno's still alive. Going to need to do some pocketing onto Droid, making sure that he doesn't fall, but they're just going to push Akron all the way back as Ball State secures this first cap.
Yeah, and now we still have that Mercy alive. They committed another 2 ults to that fight with nothing coming out of it. They committed both Nano and Sigma ult, and nothing really came out of it because they were able to take a few members out of Ball State's team here, but they weren't able to do all too much other than that because Ball State was able to return the favor with an ult of their own. They killed in that satellite vector, and now Ball State's kind of just running forward. We see the Blade come out. They're all kind of grouped together, and if that Genji doesn't fall, which he does, it doesn't really going to change much, but that Sojourn is able to take a few out, and they are probably going to turn back around to try and take the Zen out of the game, who is a little bit out of position, but can he win the 1v1? Ooh, no, It's gonna fall. And finally, Akron made something happen. Here's the problem, though. You still got a Pharah and a Mercy on your team. Ball State is coming up on 2 huge ults right now. You gotta look out.
Yeah, you definitely do, because that's the unfortunate thing, is that's almost where you didn't want the cap, because they have the cap with the lineup that they don't want, and it's just going to allow Ball State to regroup. I mean, they're about to get invincibility with Zen, as Spencer just kind of holding back, doing some damage. Bordy's going to push up a little bit here, going to dive onto the Pharah. Droid does fall. That's good for Akron, but again, it's just trading. Karma uses the res onto Sebi Webby. Ghost taking a lot of damage, does manage to fall here, but the Mercy is taken out by Bordy. Here comes the absolute just immunity. They are why do we keep calling it nano? They are antied, but again, I don't even really know what happened there. Just nothing really came of it, and it looks like, oh, they're going to switch to ball. Yes! I'm excited. This is the best thing Akron has done with the ball play. See if it gets them anywhere. No, it does not. Falls very quickly. The overtime counter does come out here. The Sigma ult takes out Karma. Bordy takes out Sebi Webby. Overtime's going to fall to 0. GG's Akron. That's a Ball State 3-0.
I don't know what I was witnessing these 3 matches that we saw, but they need to switch off some of these heroes that they're playing. Pharmacy. Pharmacy into, okay, I can understand it if you're playing hard Pharmacy. If you're pocketing the Pharah the whole time, maybe you can out-damage an Ashe. It's probably not going to happen because of the DPS nerf to healing. But the main issue that you're coming across here is that Mercy is not sticking to the Pharah 100% of the time. So the second you get an open map, the Pharah is all of a sudden going to be just wide open for that Ashe to target really early on. And so if you just decide to do this and just say, hey, I'm just going to target one person who doesn't have a Mercy beam on them, then you're going to be able to take out that Pharah early on. And like we see here, has a Mercy beam, but for some reason it's a damage boost from that range when nothing is going on, and they're just going to fall in a matter of seconds.
It's just, yeah, it's not the play. I was kind of confused. I understand maybe trying it the first time. Maybe they've ran this comp a lot and they like it. But when it didn't work game 1, don't bring it into game 2.
Hey,
and then when it didn't work in game 2, don't bring it into game 3.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But they've never heard that saying before.
But it's broke. Yeah. It is broke. It did break today. If it hasn't broke before, it did break today. And that is just, yeah, that's not the comp. I don't know entirely what the plan is here. We are going to get an interview. We are interviewing Alphabet. Apparently, we're going to be singing the Alphabet with Alphabet.
Why?
I don't know.
Are we doing the new have you heard the new
Yes. Okay.
Have you heard the new Alphabet song?
The new one?
So,
okay.
Okay. So
I don't know.
Do you know the new alphabet that they're teaching in schools?
No, is there a new one?
Yeah, so you know when we sing the alphabet, you go like A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P. The L M N O P part, they don't like that.
Really?
So they're teaching a new version. It's something. It's very similar. I don't think we can play. I don't think we can play. I know we can play it because it's probably somehow copyrighted. But they go like A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P or something like that.
No, I mean they keep the tunes. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y and Z. It's pretty
Overwatch first, then we can talk about the alphabet. Okay, so that was a pretty dominant showing from Ball State there. I guess, how do you feel after that? I don't really even know what to ask.
Pretty good. We knew the harder part of our schedule has already passed, so we are just kind of cruising along from here till playoffs. Obviously, we have to show up, we have to dominate, we have to like keep proving that we are a school that's going to compete and is going to keep dominating throughout the season. But you know, it always feels good to get a 3-0.
Okay. Yeah. What did you think? We were talking about it forever about the Mercy pick. Like, I don't know why that was there. 3 games. Same thing with Pharah. Like, I can understand playing like Pharmacy, but if you're not actually playing Pharmacy and having that Mercy stay with the Pharah, then you just gotta have a Mercy who's trying to heal everybody who's like 80 feet away from each other because they're not playing together. Yeah. Like, if you were looking at their comp, what would you change?
Probably the Mercy or something else. It's always gonna be the Mercy. Mercy is like a very low skill ceiling character, so there's not much value and like utility from her.
Yeah.
So it kind of does just suck, but I'm assuming it's because it's probably, you know, like a scholarship school. Is probably, you know, a school that just happened to have an Overwatch team and a Mercy player got in.
Okay, I actually made sure to have things to ask because I'm notoriously bad at interviews. First thing, Perks have been in the game for a while now. How are you feeling about them now that you have had a lot of time to play with them?
I mean, whenever there's a new update in Overwatch, especially this game changing, it's always good to feel like a new refreshing, you know, part of Overwatch is always going to be healthy for the game, especially when it drastically changes. I think the perks do make a lot more characters viable and allows you to play weirder compositions because of some like really overtuned perks like Kiri's and Ana's. So some of the tanks are also really good and like it can be very map dependent. which I also think is a very good thing for Overwatch.
Do you think the new perk system helps at all with counter swapping? Do you think it like helps prevent it, because if you swap, you lose your perk progression? Do you think that's what they were trying to do when they added perks, to try and fight that kind of meta of counter swapping, or do you think counter swapping is still very prevalent?
I think to an extent, I do think it was probably a little bit trying to help counter swap, but the fact that you can just swap mid-game at any time you want, counter swapping is always going to exist. It probably has decreased it a little bit, but especially like later on in the maps when you get perks faster and faster because the game's gone on longer, it's going to be easier to counter swap. But I do think counter swapping early on, or like early mid-game, is a lot worse because of it.
Okay, last thing from me. I know that BK wanted us to throw in some of these questions here. Where are you from, and why did you choose Ball State?
I'm actually from Miami, not Ohio, like Miami, Florida.
Yeah.
I first went to school. I'm a junior. I went to school in a little school in Chicago, and they just happened to start an esports program there. So I was like, might as well do something when I'm trying to start out college. I joined it, and the first semester, it really rekindled my spark for Overwatch. I had played it for like the first 7 years of Overwatch 1, and I loved the game. Around COVID, I kind of stopped playing it, but then I just school really pushed me to get back into it. And after my first 2 years, I really decided that I wanted to look for a team with a greater capacity to compete. And while searching around, Ball State actually reached out to me, and I was, I talked with Dan and with Brandon. I was really fortunate to be able to land here.
Sweet. Yeah, that's a good answer.
My last question, going kind of back to the perks, just because I want to get to know everybody and their perk choices. The characters that you play, what would you say are the go-to perks? I know there are some that are kind of overtuned, like you said, like the I keep saying Ana, Curie, but kind of what do you, when you go down the line of picking your perks, what are you looking for, really? Are you looking to just kind of go with the meta of the overtuned, or are you trying to try some new things out, see if you can't find your own kind of meta?
I want to say the first 2 weeks of perks, I really tried to find my own thing. And I was able to realize some perks, especially on Ana and Kiri, can be really comp and enemy comp dependent. So for Ana, I always choose the nade perk unless I'll go up against Ball. Then the groggy sleep can be really, really good. And I think I always pick Nano into a comp where I can get traded out. So if we're playing Winston or Diva or Ball or Doom, then I pick Nano perk because then it's easier for me to get traded out. But if we're just playing Brawl v Brawl, I usually take the crit perk. And for Kiri, usually they're in pairs. So if you're playing a very off-angly split comp, you would pick the fortune teller one, which is the papers, the healing papers, travel 50% faster to crit allies. And the TP perk. And if we're playing a brawlier comp, I do you shoot 2 heal papers when you land the target, and cleanse speed boosts.
Well, I think that's everything from us today.
Are we still supposed to sing the alphabet? Okay. Lucas really wanted us to sing the alphabet. You got to do it for Lucas, I guess.
He's not even here.
He's right there.
Oh, there he is. Okay, stop playing.
You want me to say the alphabet?
Lucas, do you want him to sing the alphabet? Okay, well, then it's your...
You're going to force me to sing the alphabet?
Wow. All together, apparently.
Oh, all together.
Okay. All right. Ready, set. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me?
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
That is all, brothers. We'll see you all later. Tune in for Counter-Strike 2 tomorrow. I have been YAK Baby. This has been Turner, aka
Spooky Hand. Thank you all for watching. That was horrible.
Terrible outro. But see you tomorrow. Counter-Strike.